everybody, it's Angie and welcome to Hot and Flashy. Today I'm so excited to show you what I picked up at the store yesterday. I've been wanting to try the Giorgio Armani Maestro foundation and the Giorgio Armani Master Corrector. And it has taken me a while to get to a Bloomingdale's that actually carried it. I have a Nordstrom, but they don't carry it. You know, none of my stores near me carry it, so it was quite a drive to get over there. I was going for a doctor's appointment. So anyway, I stopped in at the counter and said, oh my gosh, hey Armani people, I've been dying to try this, set me up. So I had her put it on me. The sales girl, so very nice, so sweet. She, of course, tried to sell me all the add-on stuff, the moisturizer and the serum and then the Maestro foundation and, of course, what I was there really to look at, which was the Master Corrector, which I ended up buying. But I did come home with samples of everything else that she showed me. If I had bought everything that she was trying to sell me there today, this is pretty high-end. The Maestro foundation is $62. The Master Corrector is $37. It's the serums and the moisturizers that are expensive. It was either the moisturizer or the serum was like $145. She did give me a nice little sample of this Regen Essence. Regen Essence, I guess, is what it's basically, serum, which I am going to put on for you. And this serum is fine. She said it works well as a primer. She said because, you know, it fills in your pores and it goes on really silky smooth. And so it was funny when I was talking to her, I said, oh, it's really silky smooth and fills in your pores. Is it full of silicones and dimethicones? And she goes, oh, no. Our products are, you know, not formulated like that. I know a lot of the less expensive lines have the silicones and the dimethicones, blah, blah, blah. So anyway, I said, well, you know, what's in it? Well, of course, she couldn't tell me that. And that really annoys me about some salespeople at these counters. It's like, if you're working at the Armani counter, would you please get educated about what's in the product? Because all I had to do was look on the side of this packaging to read the label, and guess what the first ingredient is? Can you guess? Dimethicone. Yeah, so it is full of silicones and dimethicones, and if you're not into the cones, then you will not love this. You know, for me, whatever. They're fine. It's in everything. It's really hard to avoid it. This has a light, really pretty scent, a little bit flowery, a little bit beachy. It's a very nice scent. So the other things that this has in it that I don't love, and the reason I won't be plunking down $135 for this, is because it also contains salicylic acid and benzyl alcohol. Now, my skin is dry enough on its own. I don't need products with alcohol in it to dry them, and also salicylic acid on me is very drying. All right, so the product that I really did go in there for, that I did purchase, was the Armani Master Corrector. And this is what the packaging looks like. It's a tiny little thing. This was $37. This is in color number 2. I went in there because I watched Lisa D1, and she uses this in the super light color. What this does is it corrects the colors, you know, the bad colors that are around your eyes. So she said on mine, I have a lot of purple undertones in here. I have a big vein right here. And she said that would correct this, and then I wouldn't need to use any concealer here. I actually really liked it, and that's why I bought it. You know, it's so rare that I actually buy anything. So let's put it on. This has the super tiny brush. I don't know if you've seen this before. It's just in a little tube, and it has this really, really, can you see it? Really fine brush, and you do not need a lot of this. That's why it's such a tiny brush. So you just paint it, like I'm just going to put a tiniest bit right there, and the tiniest bit right here. And then I'm just going to pat that in. And this is supposed to blend with my skin tone, but conceal all the purple that I have under there. And also my eye bags are funny and different from most people's in that they're not dark, they're really light. And so what I prefer is to bring my under eye skin, it's so pale I have to bring it up to the tone of the rest of my skin so that it matches. So that's why I think this is better for me. So let me go ahead and do the other eye. So a little there and just a little bit there, and it's so thin, a little goes a long way. And so, you know, for 37 bucks, the way you use this in such a tiny bit, potentially it should last forever. You know, I'm not really into spending a lot on the high-end products, and it really does blend in very nicely with your skin. Okay, so on me, I feel like it does help to correct that sort of green and purple that I get in here. And it's really nice without being overly white. I usually use the Maybelline highlighter little brush thing for in there, and I feel like sometimes it comes out too white, and then I have to go in with some powder in there. So with this, I shouldn't have to do that. All right, so on to the Maestro, the foundation. Now, what did I do with it? Which one of these is it? It's the one with color in it. Now, what's funny about this is she gave me this sample in the jar. She didn't have the package samples, which they usually have. So she said, I'm going to give it to you in the jar, but you have to use it tomorrow because it's going to not be good in, 2 days, which leads me to believe that this oxidizes something awful. And their packaging really doesn't help with that. It's in like a frosted glass bottle, but then the cap is like a black plastic, like apothecary kind of squeezy thing with the little pipette inside. And so you squeeze it up into the little tube, and then you're just supposed to put like 3 drops on your fingers. This stuff is so liquidy, all you need is like 3 little drops to do your whole face. But if it does oxidize, and that's why she said to use it the next day where it's in this little pot, then that packaging is not good for it because you're exposing it to air. It needs to have like a tiny little pump so that you can just pump out three drops and it's airtight. The other thing I read online is that you have to shake it up every time you use it. Apparently it's made out of like 7 dry oils that mix together and evaporate at different speeds so that it stays good looking all day. And but what's interesting is I asked the same thing about this. She was telling me how silky smooth it is, and I said, oh, is that because of, silicones and dimethicone? She goes, no, none of that. This is all, natural. It's made out of these 7 dry oils. And I'm like, oh, oils, I don't know. I have oily skin, not all oily, but, an oily T-zone. And a lot of things with oils break me out. No, don't worry about this. This is magical. Game changer, she was telling me. But look up the ingredients. Guess what's number 1 on the list? Dimethicone. Number 4, silicone. This also has benzyl alcohol in it, so also can be drying. So where I said this is the 3rd day of me using it, it's making me break out, and it's a little bit drying. So while I'm going to tell you I like it very much, I think it goes on. What I've been looking for is something that goes on super sheer, that you can just apply with your fingers, 2 minutes, you're out the door. And this fits the bill for that. It's very sheer coverage. They recommend applying it with your fingers, not a brush, and you just sweep it over and bam, you're done, and it covers up. It evens out your skin tone. It doesn't cover everything. If you have a lot of freckles or a lot of age spots and stuff, it is not going to cover them in the first sweep, but you can take another little dab and just build it up where you want. It's very buildable. It blends into your skin very nicely. All right, so now I'm going to shake it up, and this is the 3rd day, so hopefully it hasn't oxidized too badly. But the reason I'm telling you those things is those are the reasons that I will not be plunking down the $62 to buy this, unfortunately. I'm always hoping that I'm going to finally find my holy grail, and sadly the Maestro is not going to be it. All right, so sorry. This is how much I'm going to use. And basically, you just rub it between your fingers, and it says to start in the middle, and just in sweeping motions, sweep it out and up and down and over and across and under and to Grandma's house and through the woods. Okay, now, so as you can see with the first sweeping, that it didn't really cover up a lot of my age spots over here, and the zit that I'm getting, where is it? Right here, from using it. But, in general, if I was just going to be running out, this would be perfect. Sweep it over, it doesn't settle into my pores and make them look worse here and here. It's nice and even. I barely had to blend it, and it's all beautifully blended. But since I do want that stuff, my age spots and whatnot, to be covered, I'm just going to take like a tiny little dab more and just kind of hit this area over here a little bit and on the edge of my nose and just rub that in. It is so silky smooth, and that, of course, as we know, is because of all the dimethicones and silicones, which the sales girl told me it does not contain. So if you truly, you know, are allergic or react to them and can't have them in your product, do not buy this. And what can I say about the salespeople? Please learn your stuff. Know what you're selling, because people are allergic. You know, it's your job. Take it seriously. Get educated. I'm not saying that every single one of you doesn't know your stuff, and I was so surprised because she really charmed me. I love this girl. I thought that she was the best thing since sliced bread. And I just put like a tiny bit more up here, just because this is a little red. But I love how easily it blends in, and I'm using way more than they tell you to. But you see all these little red spots over here? Like, it didn't cover those up, but it did kind of even out my general redness in one little sweeping. It's a very, oh, look at that one over there. I got a nice one over there. See, my skin is totally breaking out from wearing this stuff for 2 days. So, but you know, you can build it. You can cover some things up by just, you know, putting a little dab on it. So the finish is lovely. It just feels weightless. Feel like it makes my skin look so much nicer. It doesn't have any sparkle. It's not trying to be luminous or dewy. If it didn't break me out, if it didn't contain alcohol, I might actually be considering buying this. But unfortunately, those are kind of two deal breakers for me. I'm just going to put some blush on. Not too much. And that goes on lovely. It plays well with other makeup. So all in all, not a total bummer. It could be the perfect thing for you. If you wanted to use this as sort of a sheer undercoating and then put some mineral makeup over the top, that would look beautiful as well. I did that yesterday. I think that's what I'm wearing in my Beauty Things I Suck At video. So if you want to see what this looks like with, and I put cheap stuff over it too. I'm like mixing $62 foundation with an $8 mineral makeup. I use the NYX Stay Matte But Not Flat powder over it. So if you want to see what that looks like, you can go to that video and take a look at that. So that is my review of the Maestro Giorgio Armani foundation and also Master Corrector. Thanks for watching and take care. Bye-bye.